Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Husker Hype Radio episode 2.
Nice.
2.
Good one, Ed. Yeah, the
How
boys are buzzing. The boys are fucking buzzing after week 1 of the pod. We had a whopping, I checked like an hour ago, whopping 8 views or 8 listens on the podcast between Spotify and Apple Music.
I see that there. When the last time I checked the YouTube, it was 20 views.
Bro, the YouTube's at 55 views.
Shut the fuck up,
Dude, buddy, we're at like a combined 63 views right now. That's pretty sick for us. Not
is up.
they after for week one spring game, it's all that's happened, and we're fucking buzzing like this. Like, what's gonna happen when it's week 4 and we're playing or whatever, whatever week we're playing Michigan and we're balls out and going crazy, going buck wild.
Yeah, and when we're fucking 4-0 going into Michigan,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
it's gonna be nuts.
Not to mention the fucking TikTok, Instagram's going crazy. And this is a great time to plug it. If you're not following us yet, you go ahead and you pause the pod, go on to any social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. It's the same anywhere you want to go. YouTube at Husker Hype Radio. Give us a follow, subscribe, comment, do the stuff. Do the stuff.
Do it all, man. Let's hop into it, man. Spring game last Saturday. We're recording this on Monday, the 24th. You were there. I streamed it live here at HuskerHypeRadio headquarters in Costa Mesa, California. Give me your end.
Dude, honestly, I have a lot to say. So I told you this yesterday. I feel like when I was at the game, the announcers didn't do a great job of being like, oh, number 24 with the catch, blah, 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 with the names and numbers and all that stuff. I was only there for the first half, I'll be honest. But I saw all the shit I needed to see. New Herbie came in on a fucking motorcycle playing like Hell's Bells or some shit, but it was lit. And then he had a t-shirt cannon. Herbie was buzzing, dude. Got the crowd going. We had 66,000 people. You walk in there and you're like, damn, it's pretty full. And that was lit. Frank Solich, curses lifted. We'll get to that. Fucking love Frank Solich. The energy in Lincoln was sick.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I know that I saw you were posting about you had a sign that said "Bleed Red Shit Corn." Can you give me the story behind that and how that all went down?
Yeah, that's a good one. So I'll be honest. I got inspiration from Buddy, like dude with the sign from Instagram, and he just carries a fucking sign and it says funny shit, and people. He's like millions of followers, and I was like, huh, what's something funny I could do for Nebraska-esque. So I did bleed red shit corn as I would, because that's our saying here at Husker Hype Radio, bleed red shit corn. And dude, when I tell you this was the life of the party, everybody was trying to get photos with it. We were getting videos with it. I took it into the game. I thought it'd be hard to get it into the game, but like no questions were asked. But when I went to the game and took a few photos with it, I was in there for like 2 minutes, 120 seconds with the fucking sign. And a dude comes up, he's like, oh yeah, sick sign, bud, but I got to take it from you. And I was like, really? And I was chopping it up with some old dude in the front row. And old boy goes, I want one more picture with it before you take it. And security's like, all right, last one, but this is it. And you got to give it to me. So he wasn't an asshole about it. And then he walks over to his other security buddies and like, oh, what's it say? And he's like, bleed red shit corn. And they're like,
I mean, it's a family event. There's kids there.
Yes.
The only thing you have to do next time, just put an asterisk. It could be
yes.
It could be anything. It could be anything.
Yes. And that's actually a good thing to say. And I told you this yesterday, Eddie. When we make our bleed red shitcorn shirts, I do think now that it should be the asterisk, because it's offensive. I could see it being offensive, and like there's kids there. It's Nebraska. We're the nicest fans in college football, and we're a family atmosphere. 90,000 people. I mean, you and I can both remember growing up and going to a number of Husker games, and you don't necessarily want your son or daughter at a young age seeing some dude all drunk holding a sign saying bleed red shit corn.
But if there's an asterisk, it makes sense.
Exactly.
Do that.
Update us on Costa Mesa. What was the broadcast like? How'd it go? Highlights.
The broadcast was super electric.
The reason why we're all here, the broadcast.
DJ Faders and I got pretty drunk. Started off, we had a fireball keg, drank a lot of that, drank a lot of beers. We had some Roulade that I'm not going to tell you what's in it, but there was something good in it. It
Nice.
was good. The ingredients are secret, but it was delicious. And yeah, dude, we had a great time. Pete, we were both wearing our Bleed Red Shitcorn prototype t-shirts. Lots of comments on those.
Mm-hmm.
When are we going to get those, or when can we buy? And that's in the works, folks. Just stay tuned for that. You will be able to get your hands on Bleed Red Shitcorn apparel, Husker Hype Radio apparel very soon.
I mean, the more I feel like let's tease it. I feel like the more interaction and the more like hype we get around it, we can drop it. If we get enough demand, we can drop them right now. Who gives a fuck, you know?
Yeah,
That's up
exactly.
to the hypesters, I guess, at that point.
It is, dude. They gotta want it. We have them. You gotta want it though. You gotta
Right.
give. You gotta show us that you guys are worthy enough. I know that y'all are hypesters, and of course you are worthy enough, but maybe not quite yet. Maybe not quite yet.
Yeah. And we got to build the hype maybe toward football season. Actually, one thing I just remembered, I saw fucking Johnny Rogers. I took a picture with him. I was pissed drunk. I was walking through the stadium and I heard some guy go, "Hey, Johnny, well, something Johnny." I just kept hearing that name. And I look over and it's Johnny fucking Rogers taking pictures with a bunch of people outside the women's restroom.
The
And so
Jet.
what was my first instinct? I was like, dude, here's my phone, get a fucking photo of me. And so I did. It was sick. Cool guy. I felt kind of bad because I mean, we're right outside the pisser, but
Yeah, that just comes with the territory, dude. He's a Heisman Trophy winner. He's one of the greatest Nebraska football players of all time. If he's walking the concourse, buddy
yeah,
might little pictures, you know.
yeah,
He's
yeah. And
probably
I guess all three Heisman Trophy winners were there. I didn't see Crouch or Rozier in person, but they were there and they were getting photos. And dude, Eric Crouch, I've got a lot of people tell me recently that they think that he's like a really like attractive guy. I didn't
Eric
know
Crouch
that
is
he
a
was on
good
the.
looking dude.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously I think that too, but I didn't realize that the word on the street was like Eric Crouch fucks.
Yeah, he's hot, bro. And he was a little league coach. He's like a little league coach for Elkhorn South. And I think his kid is in the same grade as me. And we would like play them. And all the dads, whenever they saw Eric Crouch, bro, the dads would get fully husted and be like, that guy right there, dude. And
Fully
they,
husk.
they all go up to him. They go up to him, like, try not to fangirl. Just be like, Eric, pleasure. Thanks for the memories, bud. Thanks for all the memories. And then walk away and just be all giddy and stuff. It's awesome, man. And that's kind of that's what Nebraska football is, dude. Just love
Absolutely.
them. They're celebrities. They're local celebs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. One more thing happened. I tried to get into OTA or I think it's Alpha Tau. Well, I tried to get into a fraternity, Eddie, and they got denied at the door. He said you can't come in. It's Dad's Day, and I'm like, dude, we're trying to shoot some fucking content for Husker Hype Radio, and he's like, oh, sorry, dude. What's the password, bud? And I'm like, all right,
Be
whatever.
like, I'm your daddy, boy.
I know. I was like, fuck, I don't really have anything else to say to this. You're a 19-year-old kid telling me I can't come. I'm 26 years old and I look like an idiot out here carrying a bleed red shit corn sign.
No,
And I'm
man.
like, what fraternity guy wants to be in this video with us? And everybody's like, not me, not me. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I thought fraternity kids were like badasses. They were fucking jumping off the top rope, chugging beer, doing crazy stuff. And then no one wants to be in a simple Husker hype video. All you got to do is just get fired up for Husker football.
Well, Aaron, that's going to be funny because in a couple of years, maybe at the end of the season, when we've absolutely blown up, and they're gonna be watching us Hype Radio, they go, "Damn, dude, that dude came to my door during the spring game, and I denied him."
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what? He might get kicked from the pledge. He's probably a pledge if he's door guy. If
Mm-hmm.
they see that at the end of the season, they go, "You didn't let Aaron from Husker Hype Radio in."
Yeah.
That could be a big problem for him, and a big problem for everybody who said, "No, I don't want to go with."
Associate. Yeah.
Right, right.
No, I
So
agree completely.
just think about that. It's not your fault. It's theirs. It's their loss. And in the
I
coming,
mean,
go
I
ahead.
I had I had like 8 beers, dude, and we were ready to party, and that's just whatever, man. I'm over it.
If I was in a frat, I'd let anybody cool in. If I saw you, if you were at came to the door, I'd be like, yeah, no, you can come in for sure. So
That means a lot from you.
don't let that get to your head, bro. But kind of, you said that you didn't really get to like watch the game all that much. You were pretty drunk, appropriate for the spring game. I
Yeah,
was, but
I
it's a lot harder to watch the game in the stadium. You know, there's no replays. And you said they weren't calling jersey numbers or names. But I was able to watch it, looking it up. The boys looked good, bro. The
yeah.
boys the boys look good in all aspects. I mean, offensive line was making holes, defense was plugging up holes. Our specialist guys, wide receivers, quarterback, Jeff Sims looks like a freaking dog. He can throw the ball, dude. He can throw the ball. I really like Heinrich Harbarg a lot too. Uh, Nebraska, a lot of kids from Nebraska were playing and doing very well. And that defense, I kind of want to talk about Tony White. He brought from Syracuse. He brought in the 3-5 defense. So that means that there's three guys up on the line now instead of four, and now you got two extra guys in the backfield, more athletic type dudes. So that kind of really changes it up, where you have three guys rushing, and if you get those three guys without having to bring any more people, great, good for you. Now we got two more guys in the backfield being able to make plays, and two more athletes on the field as well, not big guys. And it's just really fun seeing that defense blitzes from everywhere, and a lot of guys, a lot of hats to the football.
Mhm, mhm,
So I think that 3-5 defense is going to be very fun to watch this year. And I think we got the right guys for it.
mhm. Yeah, I agree with that, Ed. Also, one thing I did notice quite a bit, ball on turf, buddy. Too
No, you're
much
right.
ball, too much ball on turf. That's one thing I did notice. And I'm like, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? I think I'm defaulting to that's a bad thing.
I
Because you want your defense to pop the ball loose, but you know,
a lot of them weren't even the defense though. A lot of it was
right.
just I'm turning the wrong way when I'm handing it off, not catching the ball, and that could be guys are get taking different reps with different people. So you know we don't have the ones and twos established yet. So who's ever hiking the ball for Jeff Sims might not have gotten a lot of reps with him in regular spring practice, which is a big thing with quarterback and center. You really want a good connection from them. So that could be a big thing. And I think that that's something that can be easily worked out and get done. But the boys were excited, dude. They're playing in front of 66,000 people in the spring, and they're fired up. They're playing football.
I
They might have been a little too excited and fumbled the ball a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah. First spring game jitters, you know. We got some guys
Yeah,
that are on campus that are playing in this game that weren't even on the fucking team in the fall, dude. I mean, what do
right.
you expect? Um, yeah, no, I like what you said there, Ed.
But if that's the biggest thing, like probably the worst thing that's happened the whole spring game, which I'd say it was, that's very it's easy to correct.
Uh-huh. I thought Billy Kemp had a few good routes when I watched. I didn't see much of Fedoni, but like I said, sometimes it was hard to like make out who's who.
I think Fedoni only caught like a 3-yard pass and then he was out. But yeah, there was a lot of dudes making good plays. Marcus Washington was doing good.
Mhm.
Ty Hahn, he's a guy, he's number 17. He's from middle of Nebraska, played very well. And then on that defensive side, dude, there's some studs on that. Oh, Cameron Lenhart and Prince
Yep,
Uwilame.
yep, yep. That kid's a
Those,
dog.
yeah. And what's his name? Maverick Noonan. Those three guys, all freshmen, played very well.
Yep.
Rush from that defensive end position, and I'm excited to see those boys play.
I think that our defense is gonna step up quite a bit. I mean, we were like last or second to last year in defense in the Big Ten. I think we'll be top five, top four. That's saying a lot. I mean, that's Big Ten football, dude.
Mhm. It's gonna be fun, dude. I really really like the 3-5 defense. It's the same defense that TCU ran, and they played against Michigan. And a lot of people were like, "This is a running football team, dude." Michigan runs in between the tackles. This 3-5 defense is not going to be good against them, and They won, bro. They made plays. They got athletes on the field who can run to the ball, and I really do think that it's going to be a good defense for Nebraska this year.
Mm. Yeah, that's really all I. You have anything else to add? I don't really know shit else about the game, really. The game itself, that is. I do have one other thing to say though, and and it's something that it's a love hate thing with me, and I'm just gonna say, Eddie, I'm tired of being the nicest fan base in college football, kind of, because all these motherfuckers at Iowa, you go to Wisconsin, you go to these away games, and granted, you don't want to be like them. You try to turn the other cheek and be the good fan base. But I'm tired of getting motherfucked. And I'm like, we're supposed to be nice when they come to our our stadium. I saw a guy wearing all Hawkeye gear at the game on Saturday, and I'm buckled, right, Eddie? And so I look at him, I point, and I go, "Hey!" I couldn't even like help myself. It was like a dog seeing a squirrel. I go, "Fuck you!" My buddy Tyler is like, dude, you can't say that. We're supposed to be nice. And I'm like, dude, I'm tired of doing that. Like, buddy's wearing all yellow and black. Just trying to gain attention. It's like, dude, fuck you, dude. I'm tired of seeing this bullshit.
Right. I think that this is we're bringing up a new fan base of Nebraska, and it doesn't mean that we have to be mean like Colorado fans or straight up dickheads, but we can have a little spice. We can have a little pep to our step, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We can have confidence and swagger and be able to say, "Hey, my team's better than yours. Fuck off. Go back to where you came from." But
Mm-hmm.
great game,
Exactly.
you
And
know.
I love those old men in the stadium and the stands that have the fucking radio headsets in and they're listening to the announcers and while they're watching the game, they got the headsets in. We all know them. And that's awesome. But at some point, we got to be a rugged fan base. We got to be young. We got to be rowdy. We got to kick some ass and take some goddamn names every now and then.
I think
Oh,
you're right on. You're 100% right, Aaron. That being known as a polite fan base is good, but there also has to be times where we have to stick up for ourselves. And enough of the bullshit. If you're treating us with disrespect, we might come back with a little bit of fire.
right.
I
Yep.
think that that's perfectly acceptable for any fan base. It doesn't matter if we're regarded as one of the nicest fan bases in college football. We can still say you guys played a great game at the end, but we can talk smack during the game, dude.
It's like a boxer, like in people in the UFC, you see them beat each other's ass for like 5, 10, 15 minutes. And then at the end of the thing, they hug it out and they're like, oh, good
Yeah,
match, bro. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a respect thing. There's still boundaries. You still want to kick your ass, but
exactly.
speaking of kicking ass, man, I want to talk about Colorado too. Yeah, let you take it, Ed. You take it.
Colorado is not on my mind 24/7 like probably people think. I don't give a shit about Colorado, but I also fucking do not like Deion Sanders. I think he's not a good human being. I really honestly don't. And something that proves that is they've been losing a lot of guys to the portal, bud, after the spring game.
Yeah.
And this is Dion says, oh, Dion said that the whole roster is going to completely change. We're going to have new guys and all this. Dude, April 10th, Deion Sanders had I think like 53 something scholarship players.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's April 24th as of right now, and his scholarship players are down to 23. And
Yep, I
this is
saw that.
after spring football.
Yeah,
So
the person or the receiver, I don't know his name for Colorado that had the most receiving yards in the spring game. He's in the portal now. Two of
he
their
trans-
best receivers are in the portal. Another guy's in the portal. Three guys total in the portal off the game, and a 4-star decommitted already. I don't know what that's about. I mean, granted, yeah, guys decommit and this kind of shit happens all the time, but I
I
wonder
don't
what
think this is a good time for it
yeah.
because they got to get all these other guys getting football ready before the fall, and you got guys that aren't all the way in that still more might transfer from now to the start of fall camp.
And as a student athlete, like you're probably already settling down kind of where you're going to be in the fall. Like there's not a lot of people right now that are going to get in, get practiced up, get the schemes and all this shit figured out before the fall. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty solidified as it is.
Exactly. And Dion says it's okay. We're gonna have a lot of different roster changes, but there's something got to be going on over there if guys are transferring that much in 2 weeks. There's 53 scholarship players down to 21. That's weird, dude.
Yeah, playing devil's advocate, I guess, is if you're really building a program, sometimes you got to tear back the layers, start at the foundation, build your way up. Maybe it's one of those things where it's just like, dude, we got to burn the fucking ships. This place, it's no good. We got to go back to the frame, dude.
Right. I mean, we'll have to see what happens, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to get their asses kicked by
Yeah, because
Nebraska.
they open up week 1 at TCU, which TCU will probably be decent again next year, and
Yes.
then week 2 we're coming to town. We're gonna come beat
Yeah.
their ass. And I was looking at tickets, Eddie. It's like $460 a pop, dude.
I
So
found I found some for 350 today.
that's sick. We gotta keep our eyes on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but I mean, Deion Sanders, he talks all this talk. I remember when people thought he was coming to Nebraska and then he tells his Jackson State team, "Oh boys, I tell you, I'm not going to
Well, and
Nebraska."
he was honey dicking us. He was like following us on social media and like flirting with like Will Compton and these people online and shit. And it's like, what game are you playing? I will say though, if he was our head coach and this was happening in Nebraska, I'd be behind Deion Sanders 100%. Like this would be nothing for me right now.
I know, but I am glad that we picked Mr. Matt Rule
Right.
100%.
Right. Yeah, and I feel like the guys that have left so far, I don't want to say that we don't need them, but like I feel like it's one of those things where if you're forced, you guys stay down. We're holding the ship down while so many guys are leaving and going and coming and all this shit, man. Who knows the team will be like in the fall, man.
I know. It's going to be fun to watch though, and I think that we're going to have a good squad. And I think that that squad is going to go into Boulder Week too and absolutely demoralize the boys and want them. They're going to want to forfeit the rest of their games because they know that they fucking suck so bad after they get their asses kicked by the Big Red.
Yeah.
And we're going to shit corn all over their fucking stadium. And if those fans want to talk shit to me, I will talk shit right back. And I don't care if I'm wearing fucking all red around, surrounded by black and gold. I'm going to stand my fucking ground, Darren, and I'm gonna tell them that you can fucking mosey on down back into the mountains and go smoke your dope up
Yeah,
in
the
the
devil's lettuce.
yeah, go smoke your fucking dope and go suck Dion's phallic part because listen, I'm not fucking dealing with it. You're not gonna talk shit on me, dude. It's not
Dude,
gonna happen.
I plan on like putting on 10 more pounds of muscle and I'm gonna wear overalls and I'm gonna look like a badass corn fed motherfucker when I go to that game.
Yeah. And who knows, dude? We might convert some people. We might convert some people after the game. The section that we sit around, they're going to go, wow, these guys do talk shit, but they are also very friendly and respectful people at the same time. It's odd. And I go, that's Nebraska football fans for you. And if you want to join us right now, you can. You can jump on this bandwagon. It's acceptable right now because we're on the low, but that stock is gonna keep on rising.
Yeah.
And I
And if you're a hypester listening right now, can you just take what Eddie said and hold that near and dear to your heart and just tell one friend, just tell one more friend about Husker Hype Radio, tell one friend about Nebraska football so we can just grow this thing and make it what we need it to be.
it's not going to happen without you guys. Aaron and I can't do this whole thing. We need the hypesters behind our back. We need people, other advocates for Nebraska football. Every time that I'm a little buzzed at the bar, I start talking Husker Hype Radio. I say, hey, follow me on Husker Hype Radio. And I say, Nebraska football is the greatest fan base in all of college football, and we'd love for you to join. And I think that if everybody did that, everybody listening to this podcast right now, I know there's tens of you. If you guys would all do that, we could get this thing growing like that, dude. It's the freaking roots on it, leaves
Yep.
on it, man.
Yeah. 55 views last week. We're gonna hit 65 next week. After that,
That's it.
75. Bro, if we just get 10 every
Yes,
week, dude, holy shit, dude.
exponential growth.
There's 50 weeks in a year times 10 a week. That's 500 by at least by the end of the year, bud.
And that's bare minimum.
Yeah.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty fired up.
Me too, dude. I think that I'm very grateful for all the hypesters that tuned in to the stream this past weekend. Very grateful for you going down there with your bleed red shit corn and showing the other fans what HuskerHype Radio is all about. We gained some followers from both of those,
Yep.
and like we just said, man, it's not gonna work out without the hypesters letting people know where the most hype broadcast in all of college football is.
I agreed. Actually, I have one more question for you, Ed, before we wrap it up and get out of here. How's the stand-up gig coming for you? A little personal news here. Let's hear it.
Oh yeah, some stand-up action. My name's Eddie Rosenthal, and I would love to be a stand-up comedian. And I've been doing it. Been doing some open mics here past couple of weeks. I got a couple to go to tonight. Actually, it's very fun. It is. It can be the stand-up environment is a little weird. It's all dudes mostly. There's nobody. These open mics. There's really no like audience. You're just performing in front of other comedians. And sometimes if the energy in the room's really good, people will laugh. But then other times it's the end of the night. People just want to get on their spot. You only have 5 minutes and you got to sit through everybody else's 5 minutes. So you could be picked at the very end of the night and everybody's just like, dude, I want to get the fuck out of here, do my five and go. And that's when you're up there and you kind of feel like, why the fuck am I doing this right now? But it's just like anything, dude. If you want to get good at something, you're going to have to go through the mud. You're going to have to go through the muck. You're going to have to rake up the poop and come out and prevail. And there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but the tunnel is long. And you're not going to
Absolutely.
reach it unless you keep on walking forward.
And if you're a person that lives in Orange County, California, or in the greater area, go ahead and just go watch Eddie tonight. He needs an audience. Well, he doesn't need it, but it'd be awesome. Go see the boy.
Yeah,
See him
yeah,
down here. He's out here just doing his grinding out here, dude. Go
yeah.
watch the boy.
We're grinding stand up, dude, and it's fun, and I'm here for it. I also love Husker Hype Radio. I'm gonna start making a lot more funny content on Husker Hype Radio. I think I had a pretty okay one in the me fighting air.
Mm-hmm. That was
I
good.
I thought that was pretty fucking hype.
I thought it was hilarious, bro. You're
And
knocking on 2K right now, bud, for
yeah,
views.
2K views. Whoa, whoa, baby.
That's what I'm
Right?
saying, bro. Our views for the pod might not have been crazy, but this energy, this content, this momentum we're creating, it's something that's bigger than us, Eddie.
It is. It is, and I'm excited for the future, for everything that we got going on here with Husker Hype Radio.
I agree.
T-shirts,
I think
podcasts
I
every week,
yeah.
dude. Yeah,
I
podcasts
think
at least once every week.
yeah, once a week for sure. And at some point we should figure out something we can do every week that's kind of like an interactive thing with the fans. Be like, maybe like a game of sorts, or maybe figure it out where
I was thinking this, dude, is we could do kind of a YouTube live thing. Just try to set up something like this, or let people know on the Instagram that we're shooting the pod and have call-ins and
voicemails.
yeah, call-ins, yeah, or voicemails asking questions, and we can answer these questions is something that I was thinking about. And if you guys like that idea, leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube, or go ahead DM us on HuskerHype Radio on Instagram and let us know what you boys think.
Yeah, or just call one of us and leave us a voicemail. And we'll put it in the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
episode. Yeah. Dope. All right, Eddie, call us off.
Folks. Oh, one more thing. I'm wearing a Liquid Chicken t-shirt. Friend of the program. We got Liquid Chicken, a band in Denver, Colorado. Go ahead and check them out. Cougar and Daddy's Girl now streaming on Apple Music and Spotify. Aaron, I know you gave a listen. Pretty great tunes, huh, dude?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a
Pretty
vibe. Go
good
check them
tunes.
out.
And they're Husker fans too. So all the more reason to check the boys out. Um, you might hear something from them in the future. A Husker Hype Radio intro song. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I don't know. You'll just have to stay tuned in to the Husker Hype Radio global, worldwide platform that we have.
Yes.
And yeah, yeah, bro.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, do the stuff.
Husker Hype Radio. I'm Eddie Rosenthal here with my partner, Aaron Worsfold. We'll see you next week.
Editor's cut. The boys wanted to give you some more content, so here it is. Give it a listen. No, you told me what the fuck happened on Saturday night, bro. I know some shit happened, bud.
Nothing too crazy, dude. I mean, I drank a ton of Fireball as we do during Nebraska football games. And the game ended. I passed out outside in the sunny Southern California weather. Woke up to some bitch licking my face. Lola the dog, friend of the program, featured in Husker Hype Radio streams a lot. And then I woke up kind of like not drunk anymore. So I was like, dude, it's Saturday. I'm gonna go to the bar. And Cade was working at his bar, Dos Amigos Cantina in Huntington Beach, California. One of the best bars in Huntington Beach. And went there, hanging out with some old folks. And we were outside sitting. It was a little cold. It was the night. And this old lady that's always there all the time, she was kind of hitting on me, dude. She saw that I was cold and asked if I wanted her sweater, and I was like, yeah, I'll take your sweater. Okay, whatever. Nothing serious. And then we're talking, and she's like not looking at me, and then she's looking downward in my crotchal region, right? And I'm like, what's this all about? I didn't say that, but she finally said something. She goes, why are your hands around your crotch all the time? And I was just like, well, why are you looking down there, baby?
Are you dead
And then
ass?
it got real hot and nasty, and she came across the table and we started making out.
You're lying.
I swear.
No, you're fucking not. You
If you
swear?
weren't there, then you don't know.
I mean, like, I'm just.
It was so hot, dude. Dude, she could have. She's like old enough to be my grandma, and I made out with her outside of Dos Amigos.
You're dead ass.
I don't know.
Oh my god! Come
No,
on.
I didn't.
What the fuck do you mean you don't know? Oh my god, Eddie! So you had some fucking shit. So what happened after that?
Um, she said that she was too turned on to be at the bar anymore, and asked me if I wanted to go home with her, and I said no, I can't. I can't. And that was
Why?
the end of it.
Why?
Because I knew that it wasn't going to go well over there.
Because you had whiskey dick or something?
Yes,
That's
I did.
exactly what it was. I know exactly. I fucking know you, dude. That's exactly what it was.
So,
Couldn't get his dick up.
but here's the thing: is none of that ever happened, except for her asking, except for her asking why my hands were always around my nutsack, and
So
I
you just made up a story and you just had me believe it just to tell me you were kidding the whole time.
Yeah, but it was pretty funny. I thought that you liked it. Tell me what happened at the bars after Lincoln, dude. I
I
heard
don't
that.
honestly like nothing really crazy happened to me. Tyler did make out with this girl. She can't be named. She's someone we know. It was a we have a funny fucking video of it, but I can't release it because
What about 20 likes on the YouTube and re-release the video of Tyler making out? Because I saw the video and it's a
no,
great.
because the thing is it's a small world where we live, and like yes, in the grand scheme of the global reach of what we reach, it's whatever, pin in a haystack.
We
But
blur out the face.
the thing is that like I edited it and trimmed it, so like really they're just making out,
Yeah.
and you can't really even tell who it is. And I asked my girlfriend, I was like, "Do you think it's be fine if I just posted this shit?" And she was like, "No, you got to get her permission first." And I was like, "Well, I don't want to ask, honestly. I got scared. I chickened out. I should have asked."
The video is great. If it is not released, it's just Tyler Sidwell absolutely opening his whole mouth as wide as
Yeah.
it can,
And
licking
when I'm a like
inside.
I think I'm a good kisser, but I just don't use that much tongue.
It was both mouths were completely agape.
Yeah.
Mouths
Like
were both, and
yeah.
it was more of like licking one another's upper, the roof of the mouth,
Uvula.
except for
Yeah.
even kissing. Like it was just more of like a lick contest.
I'm trying to think. We met some UK boys that were stationed in Bellevue for the week.
Oh, some lads.
Some lads. They call the
Nice,
trunk a boot. They call it a boot. They were telling us
nice.
yeah, they were teaching us some words. Nothing really crazy happened, but they did have a story from the night before where one of their lads put this chick's vape up his asshole, or like credit card swiped it up his ass, and then she hit it after.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, I
Nice.
saw Kyle Kasoon spring day.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
He had that interception a couple
he's
years ago.
Mr. Spring Day. So I told him from now on, I'm going to call it Kasoon Day. It's no longer spring game for me. It's Kasoon Day. So shout out to
How do you
him.
feel about that?
He just laughed it off. That's why I
Did
don't really include it in like the first part, because I'm like, yeah, he probably doesn't really give a fuck. But
did you
it's
tell
like,
anybody to follow Husker Hype Radio?
what'd you say?
Did you tell anybody to follow Husker Hype
Yeah, bro.
Radio?
I feel like we got 10 followers on our TikTok, and we got 3 subscribers on our YouTube. I feel like
Okay.
we got a handful on our Instagram, our Twitter.
Okay. Because that's what we need to be doing. If we're
Word
gonna
of
tell
mouth.
fans that they need to do that, then we need to be doing it ourselves.
Dude, that I literally had a fucking sign that said bleed red shitcorn at Husker Hype Radio. And I was like, you want a picture? Follow us on Husker Hype Radio so you can come see what your photo looks like. I want to put it in.
No,
And
yeah, I love that. I love that. You should have got Kyle Kasoon to follow us on fucking Husker Hype Radio.
I
He'll be
see what you mean. I do see, like, the thing is I'm not going up to every motherfucker like, yo, dude, I also do this thing called Husker Radio. I haven't seen you in like 3 years, but dude, you should follow us.
I
You should,
do, bro.
but like,
I
what?
do.
I get that, but you don't know these people in California, some of them at least. When it's your friends, it's a joke. But like when you're just talking to a random person, like I don't want to just. It has to make sense. Like I'm not gonna just be like, oh yeah, and by the way, let me tell you about what I do. You know?
You got to have an in for it.
Yeah. Like if we're chatting, he's like, "What do you do? Like, what's your kind of hobbies?" I'd be like, "Oh, well, I do this thing, Husker Hype Radio." Or like, what do you,
Well,
you know?
that's when you go. That's when you ask, like you asked him. You go, oh wait, did you ask me if I have a podcast and an Instagram about Husker football? Yeah, it's actually called Husker Hype Radio, and we broadcast every single Husker game day. We have
Well, now I
podcasts.
know what to say. I didn't know what to say. Now I do. Now I'll just say that every time.
Yeah, just be like, oh wait,
Problem solved.
did you? I was I. It felt like you did recognize
Yeah,
me.
I thought you looked at me weird when I walked in. You do know
Yeah.
about my podcast, Husker Hype Radio. Oh, you saw the sign on Husker Chicks with me in the
Yes.
in the in the lead red shitcorn. Yeah, I'm that guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
that
when
was
you
me
look
actually.
at somebody for a while and stare at them until they make eye contact with you. And then you go, I'm sorry, were you staring at me? Is it is it because you know me from the internet from Husker
Husker
Radio?
Hype Radio. Yes.
And then you go, oh my God, why didn't you just say something if you want a picture? That's all you have to do, bro.
Yeah. You can even give him 5 minutes set. Give him a 5 minute set on the pod.
Yeah, you could. You could. You'd be like, well, you know what? We're doing a podcast, and if you want to call in,
Yeah. Yes. See, now we're connecting the two.
yes.
Yeah, you know what? If you're a hypester and you want to get on the pod, all you really have to do is come up to me with some confidence and say, "Give me a minute, give me 60 seconds," and I'll literally record a thing right there. Oh
I
yeah,
would gladly.
I had the mic. I had a mic on the my phone. Yeah, you saw the one. The audio didn't turn out great from it. I think you got to hold it further than what everybody else was doing.
Yeah,
Everybody
probably.
was like holding it right here, but it's like I think it's a pretty good mic. It's like a lav mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come up to us. We don't bite.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, baby. We do
When's the
good, baby.
when's the last time you've even had sex?
What, Aaron? Not on this children-friendly podcast.
Hey, here's a good story. How did you lose your virginity? Let's talk about your
Dude,
virginity
dude, my
stories.
mom listens to this podcast, bro.
Dude, who gives a fuck?
Dude, my mom listens to the pod, dude.
Sorry, mom. My mom doesn't listen to this shit.
Your mom doesn't listen? Your mom, you're telling me your mom doesn't listen to HuskerHypeRadio, bro?
I guess I just sold my mom out right there, didn't I? Mom, this Justin confirmed Susan Worsfold, not a hypester.
Doesn't bleed red and shit corn like the rest of us?
Well, she does. She doesn't label it as a hype. And also, I was thinking about this. We need levels for hypesters because there's our day ones. We have our day ones that like when we have two people watching the broadcast. Those are our day ones.
Right.
I'm talking about the Rock Brothers, and I don't really know who else coming into mind, but
Yeah, no, I think there's definitely I like the first 200 followers that we've had, I feel like are
mm-hmm.
probably our day one hypesters, those guys that have been there since the start of
They're literally watching us just get fucking shit faced and saying not much of anything.
right.
Yeah, apparently Rayola is going to Georgia.
Shut up.
And that Georgia lineman that transferred has a fucking G tattooed on his bicep, and he just transferred to USC.
Saw that. That's hilarious. That's
Imagine.
funny. I mean, but dude, there was that video that Nebraska released about the new facilities, and Dominic Raiola, Dylan's dad, was on there.
And his comment was new foundations.
I don't know, dude. I mean, if Dylan hasn't said himself that he's going to Georgia and there's a lot of guys speaking for him, maybe Buddy's tired of it. And maybe he's going to bring a new foundation to Nebraska.
That shit would light me up.
Sounds good.
So if you're still listening, good for you because this is just extra content provided by the Husker Hype Radio team.
That was Patreon content right there, buddy. You guys just got some sneaker peekers, some little sneaky peek. It's like the hot senior cheerleader showing you her tits at the party, and you're a sophomore, and she
Hey
was
Eddie,
just
question for you: if someone, are you the type of person if your friend flies in to see you, do you pick them up at the airport?
yeah, dude. Yeah, why are you?
Yeah.
I think
There was a debate online a couple weeks ago that was like that question and people were divided on it. It kind of
I,
seemed to boil down to like the people that were from smaller airports didn't mind as much, or like they were more amped to like go pick up the person because you don't have to deal with the bullshit with the traffic.
right. Well,
Yeah.
our good buddy Jaden Sidwell decided to come into LAX at 5 a.m. in the morning. And there wasn't a question in my mind that I wasn't going to pick him up. But am I a little 5 a.m. at LAX?
Yep.
Yeah, kind of freaking stupid.
Yo, shout
But
out Joey Weaver. He had a 6 a.m. flight out of LAX on a Sunday morning after a bender of a weekend. That was a good one to wake up to.
yeah, it's just what you got to do though, bro. If your homies are coming to see you, and that, I mean, I think that's the least you can do is pick them up from the airport and
And I like to maybe like grab food on the way home or, drive by a couple of things, be like, oh, look at that. That's something that's cool that we
right,
could do later.
right, exactly. Yeah, I don't have a problem with picking people up from the airport. I think that that is perfect. That's like, because what I mean, especially down here, you could pay fucking $100 for an Uber to get from LAX to where I live down in Orange County. So I think that that's just not cool and something. And it's like LAX kind of sucks, but I live 15 minutes away from the other airport, John Wayne. So that's
Yeah, so if you want to fly in and meet Eddie, just remember John Wayne Airport's the one you're gonna fly into.
remember
Eddie,
that.
are you gonna make it home for any games this fall? Is that on the
Dude,
docket?
I'd absolutely love to, and I think that I'm gonna have to make it happen. I mean, I'm not sure when I would go. I mean, possibly Thanksgiving. Um, Nebraska plays Iowa at home this season, so that'd be a fun one to go to. See us stomp on those fucking Hawkeye necks 2 years in a row.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely mercy, pluck the feathers out of them one by one, and then tar them and
And put your
just
dicks in their throats. Yeah.
just murder the Hawkeyes as Nebraska does. Those corner. Think about Herbie the Husker handling a small little Hawkeye, dude. He could probably with one hand, how big his hands are, tie its fucking neck in a knot and then cinch it and instantly kill it. And then he could throw it over the Rocky Mountains all the way from Lincoln, Nebraska.
I mean, what's a Hawkeye anyway? A Hawkeye? We're talking about
It's not a
eyes. What?
real animal. It's not a real animal. It's a fucking dumbass made up animal, bro.
Facts, dude.
It's so dumb.
What the fuck's a Hawkeye, dude?
I just feel bad about people that are Iowa Hawkeye fans.
and
You were like,
and they always say the same thing. They're like, go back to the 90s or go to oh, Iowa fans, you guys have never won like anything ever. Your
hey, you
trophy
can't go
cases.
back to anywhere. You can't
Yes,
go back to
literally.
anywhere, dude.